fresh face. Let's do this. So I just did an AHA mask that I kind of wanted to share with you all. It's from the Organic Skin Co. They don't get too much love in the States, I find. I don't know, they're Canadian owned. The thing with Canada right now, I don't know what it is, but I think it's gonna continue. I guess I always have. Tangent, moving back to the product. Organic Skin Co. Clean Slate. It's a cleanser, but it has AHA in it, and it's made to remove just the grime on your face and texture, whatever. For sensitive skin types, like I have AHA masks that I've tried from Herbivore and I've liked them. This you leave on 30 seconds if you have extra sensitive skin, 60 seconds I've worked my way up. And it's a really quick, gentle way to clean the face and prep the face. I usually do it at night and then apply serum, whatever, but I did it this morning. And it just makes applying makeup so much easier. But anyway, we're gonna test the INIKA. I have the new packaging for the BB cream. I haven't scoured the formula to see if it's that different. It feels a little different, but it doesn't look that different. And you guys probably know it's one of my all-time favorites. And then I have the ILIA Matte Shadows. I have this in Aster. I also have it in Cork. Cork doesn't really show up that much, so I thought I would do Aster for the purpose of this Get Ready With Me. Thinking I'm gonna try doing this live. Oof. Sometimes you just gotta try. You just gotta push through the fear and try it. You know what I mean? Because I really want an actual exchange. I want a get ready because the podcast has me super psyched. So I have these dreams of doing these live and then connecting with you, talking makeup, talking about the podcast and the books that I'm reading and the other products I'm trying. So that's in here. We're gonna see if we can bring it out from here onto there. Let's get started, shall we? Links to everything that I mentioned, they're all gonna be in the description. You guys know that. Whoa, wow. So I have this in, good Lord, I'm making a mess. Beige YL6. I had this in a darker color before, and I don't know why. It just, I don't know. Maybe their shades changed a little bit. I have the Say moisturizer, or sorry, sun visor on underneath this, and it's doing its thing. This is, I remember the other BB cream is a little bit more on the matte side. It's not a dewy product, so if you're like, get me away from the dewy, you'll be very happy. Yeah, it's still pretty great. It's so lightweight. The first time I tried this, I remember thinking, what's a BB cream? What's going on? Because this is giving me as good coverage as a lighter foundation. I don't like to get tripped up in the terminology. There is a reason. BB, I think, is for brightening. You'll see differentiators within the actual formula itself. Yeah, you see, that just sort of evened it out. So there's the BB cream. How are you? How are you doing? See, wouldn't it be nice if I could say that and then you could just tell me in comments? Although I would potentially need somebody to moderate comments. That would be kind of funny to watch. Like doing this and then talking to you, and it would be a lot of multitasking. But I still think it would be fun. I'm doing the Say gel thing as well. I just want more glow. I don't know, I'm like hungry for the glow today. I'm hungry for it. Love that glow, yo. I use a sponge for this, or else it tends to streak a little bit. I have also been using the Herbivore Moon Fruit Serum. It has 1% bakuchiol. I'm noticing a slight difference. I'm not noticing a huge difference. I took picture and video, just one. I took multiple pictures in the beginning, and I'll do before and after. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit of an improvement in fine lines, but really so much of it right now has to do with, and I can see it very clearly these days, has to do with stress, what I'm eating, if there's sugar. I had COVID. I'm gonna put eyeliner on really quickly, by the way. I cannot talk and put eyeliner on. I don't know. Wait, let me try. Let me see if I can do it. No, see, I just stopped talking. I'm gonna put this on, I'll be right back. Had COVID, got over COVID, and during that time, I started eating very limited things because she couldn't taste, right? It's one of the symptoms. Yay me. But I think it was actually probably more due to sinus stuff. So here is the liquid shadow. I've already been trying this. I'm gonna go for more of a wash today, but you can build it up to get opacity. I actually prefer using this like a nice wash. And you can kind of feel it. It dries down pretty quickly, and then you can't feel it at all. When I build it up, I try to use a brush too, by the way, or else it kind of has gaps in coverage for me. I don't know what that is. It's just the formula. I really liked the Cork shade though. I will say, I really liked the Cork shade. It's sort of just an everyday, it almost evens out my lid because I have very translucent lids, and I like to have an evening out. Usually I would use concealer for that, but it's kind of a great thing to just swipe on and go. I'm enjoying it. I'm not in love with it. I still like the RMS creaseless highlights or eye brights or whatever, but I think it's fun. I'm just not sure if it's gonna make Britt's picks. Again, that's the super subjective part. Anyway, so during COVID, I ate nothing. I ate lots of soup. I had lots of soup and couldn't taste, right? So it's like really not exciting to eat stuff that's super tasty, and you're like, why would I waste it? Why would I get something really delicious and fun when I can't taste it? My skin started looking real good. I was hydrating like it was my job. I've never had so much water in my life. Lots of hot lemon water. I knew it was looking good. Towards the end of getting over it, it started looking really good. And then I went out and I think I had, I bought these stupid delicious, I was so excited I could taste, right? So I was like, oh my God, sea salt caramels, and obviously it's sugar, and sugar. My face looked awful the night. It just looked splotchy. The lines are more pronounced. I held back on drinking all my water because work was ridiculously stressful. So yeah, holistic approach is a part of it, is what I'm getting at in a very long-winded way. But I think it's doing something. Is it blowing my mind? No. Sometimes, however, I cannot really tell until I look at the before and after. I highly recommend you do it when you try a new skincare product. As long as it's not irritating your face and you can keep testing it, do it before and after, because you will see some people just get caught up in the swirl and the buzz and they're like, it's totally working. It's really not. It might not really be working. I've had that happen to me. And then I've tried something and I thought, this is doing nothing. And then I looked at the before and after and was shocked. Take a picture at the same position at the same time of day with nothing on your face. So you're not screwing around on it. Like, you're giving yourself an honest apples to apples test. Before this, I was listening to, my morning routine is getting way back on track, by the way. I'm pretty excited about it. Wim Hof breathing, which is 2 rounds of 30 breaths. I'm not one of those people that has like 800 things to do in the morning. I find that that's really overwhelming, but I love my morning time. I love it. I love my me time. So I'll do a little bit of breathing. It really does help me. It's kind of wild. And I did this new thing while I was sick. Sorry, I keep talking about that, but it was also sort of a rest period for me. I was off social, I was off all the devices, you know? I couldn't talk, I really actually lost my voice. I was left with myself, streaming devices, and creativity. And I made a mind movie. Have you guys made a mind movie? Do you even know what a mind movie is? I didn't, but I Googled it. I went down a rabbit hole. I actually didn't Google it. I went down a rabbit hole and it showed itself to me. And I was like, I'm gonna do that. Made a mind movie. Watched that, got myself all inspired. It's kind of great. I'm a very visual person, love visualizing, I'm a daydreamer. I don't know, wouldn't that be a fun little workshop though? To take a small group like of this community and then we can do little mind movies? I don't know, I don't know. Anything's possible. I get ahead of myself sometimes too. Bare Minerals, warmth. Haven't used this puppy in a while. Oh, used to love it. Still kind of love it. You never see Bare Minerals over here. I mean, rarely. Bare Mineral Veil. Oof, that was a bit of a miss for me. And then I listened to an edit of the podcast episode that is coming out next week. Tower 28, so good. I've been using this all week. This look is what I've been doing. I actually haven't been using this all past week. I used the ILIA Pure Shadow in Icon. It's this silver, pale silver wash. Very subtle. It's not high metallic. It's very good for every day. I would just put the bronzer over it. Anyway, I've been doing that all week, so I just thought I would share the look over here because it's kind of a winning look for me. Listening to the podcast, and I'm speaking with somebody named Gina Cohen. She is the founder of asweatlife.com. It's a media company. It revolves around so much more than just fitness, but we talk about, it was such a good conversation, and my friend connected me to her, and I'm so grateful that he did because she was amazing. We talked about her story as a founder. We also talked about how to make friends as an adult. I Googled it. Oftentimes I like to have a hook, not even a hook, I just want to have a focal point. I'm putting that on my eyes too, by the way, of the podcast, because or else you just sit there and it's like information by fire hose and I feel like it can be overwhelming or whatever. Unlike these videos where I'm like, phew, phew. She got to how to make friends as an adult. I Googled it. There's over 1 billion searches for that. And I was thinking to myself this morning as I was listening to the edit, and I do a little write-up for the podcast. It's called Whole Picture Podcast. I will have links to everything below. If you haven't listened to it, please listen to it, or try if you're into podcasts. Don't, obviously. If you're not into podcasts, I don't want it to be a negative experience. It is the absolute love of my life right now. I'm very melodramatic when I say that. I get it. But it's how I feel, and it's just kind of brought me alive, and it's why I want to do more Get Ready With Me. It's the connection, you know what I mean? I'm talking to people who know a lot more than I do on a lot of topics and getting inspired by it and sharing it with the community. And she had this 5-step process on how, or maybe it was 4. No, I think it was 5. Unexpected. It's like she has done a lot of research on this because a huge part of her business is creating community. She ended up creating this incredible community without it even being the initial original intention. Sorry, I just had a major allergy attack of her business, and it's grown into all these ambassadors across the country, and it's very inspiring. But I'm not gonna lie, I did not think that she would have such a concise cheat sheet, tip sheet, whatever. It's a sheet, I don't care what you want to call it, but she kind of guides you through exactly what you can do, leveraging fitness communities. And you don't have to go to CrossFit. I went to CrossFit. I have not gone back because it was just too much for me. No offense to CrossFit, whatever floats your boat. But you don't have, it doesn't have to be like go, 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 hardcore fitness person. You can just go to a yoga class, and she kind of walks through the basics, but they're not. You got to listen to it. If you have that question, like 1.5 billion of the other people on the planet, and that's what made me think, it's kind of wild, right? I kind of saw this coming, you know, everyone's feeling more isolated now than ever, or that's the generalization. I don't know if that's true, but it's something I have felt. I've been in Nashville for a couple of years. So much of that has been in COVID, and I just haven't really put my feet in the ground here, which tends to be a pattern for me, because I thought I was going to move after 6 months, quite honestly. And I didn't. And now I'm sitting here going, I really need to get my act together. I need to reach out to people. And as from my perspective, it's a little daunting. And I've been a new kid a handful of times. So I'm used to it, and I just kind of went, isn't it funny how there could be a lot of us sitting around going, man, I wish I had how do I make friends as an adult? Like, we're asking this question. We're not alone in that question. There's a lot of us asking that question. There's a lot of us who want to have friends, and yet probably feeling like, ooh, Am I like lame because I want to have friends? Everybody else has friends. Comparison? I don't know if that's happening with you, but that was a part of my thought process, and I'm like, everyone here has friends. They all have friends. It's not necessarily true. And if they do have friends, that doesn't mean they're not open to making more friends. Some people say, I've got my friends, I've got my family, I don't need any more. Those are the people I am not speaking to. That is not the audience I'm going for on the podcast or in this conversation. But we're all sitting here going, man, we wish we had more connection as adults. And yet, you have to take the step to open the door, open the conversation, and that's the hardest, scariest part until you actually do it. So I was really excited about the podcast and the ability to share her steps and her system with you. So I think you'll find them helpful. And I'm actually going to take them and try them out probably next week. And I'm going to start with yoga because I loved yoga. So I'm going to try that out here in Franklin, Tennessee, which is outside of Nashville. And I'm a little nervous. Once I get in there, I'll be really, really happy. I know that. I already know my pattern. So that's the way that I'm going with all of my content. I want to help connect people to amazing, inspiring people and connect people to each other. I think I have a little bit of that happening over here. I want to do it in a deeper way. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but anyway, this is my start. This is my start, and I don't know how it's going to go, but I just feel like this is fun, and it should be fun. So hopefully you had fun getting ready with me today, or listening to me in the background while you do your stuff. When I hear those comments or see those comments, it makes me smile. Oh my God, they're listening in the background. I don't know. I'm sitting here in the ether and I don't really know, right? I don't really know. So when you tell me those things, it's very fulfilling for me to hear it. I'll still do it because I love it, but that just is like icing on the cake. This is it. Everyday, kind of basic. It's not deviating from my normal everyday look. And yes, I love this sweatshirt and I wear it multiple times. Somebody mentioned that in a comment, like, does she ever have new clothes? I do. It's getting ready in the morning and I want to wear my sweatshirt, and I feel like that's totally okay. So Did I already mention that I put on the Rose Inc Concealer? Sorry, left that out. Thank you for watching. Links to everything that I applied are below, shades, all the rest of it. Any promo codes that I have, exclusive Style Shaker promo codes, Britt promo codes, will be there. Nothing else to update you on for now. Just let me know in the comments whether or not you enjoyed this, what you got from this, if you're excited to listen to the podcast, pretty much anything. I'll see you guys right back here real soon. Until then, bye. Mwah.